Alright then gang, so next up I want to add a little edit icon on each of the smoothie cards that a user can click on, and then when they click on that edit icon it's going to take them to an edit page or an update page for that particular smoothie. Now the route for that update page is going to be / and then the ID of whatever smoothie we want to update. So if it was this one right here, it could be /1, the next one could be /2, and so forth, depending on the ID of the smoothie that we click on. Now, when we get to that page, we want to be able to update that smoothie. So on the page, we'll have a form like the create page, where users can update the title, the method, and the rating, and then they can submit the form to make the update to the database. But also, I'd like to pre-populate that form with the existing smoothie details. So the existing title, the method, and the rating. So then the user only needs to change the bits that they want to change and not add in all the different fields again. So that's going to be the main objective in this lesson, to fetch the single record that we want to update and pre-populate the update form with that record. Alright then, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go to the smoothie card and we want to add a little edit icon in each of the cards. Now remember, we have material icons loaded in from the index file. It's this thing right here, so we can use that. So inside the smoothie card, where do we want to output this? Well, I'm going to do another div at the bottom, and it's going to have a class of buttons. We'll style this later on, and inside here we'll do a link. Now we're going to use the link component from React Router DOM. So let's import that at the top. So import link from React Router DOM. And then inside here, we can output that link component. So where's it going to be a link to? Well, it's going to be a link to / and then whatever the ID is. So I'm going to say right here, / and then concatenate the smoothie.id, right? So that could be on this thing right here, and it's going to be either 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So it's basically just going to be /1, /2, /3, or whatever. And that matches the route that we have set up inside the app component right here, where we have the ID as a route parameter. So when we get that route, then we're going to show the update component. Okay? So inside the link, what do we want the text to be? Well, we don't want text, we want to use the icon. So the way we use a material icon from Google is by saying, first of all, and then we give this a class name equal to material-icons. And then inside here, we just use a keyword. Now to get a little edit icon, we use the edit keyword. But there's loads of different words we can use. And if you want to take a look at the Google documentation for material icons, feel free. You can use a different icon if you wish. But I'm going to use that one. So now, once we click on this thing right here, it's going to take us to the update component where we have a different smoothie ID each time around, okay? So now let's go to the update component and try and extract that ID. Now, the way we're going to do this is by, first of all, importing a hook, and that's going to come from the React Router DOM package. And the hook is called update, or rather it's not, it's called use params. So we set that equal, or rather we say that's from, cannot do this, React Router -DOM. Okay, so we're importing this hook, right? And then we invoke that hook down here to grab the ID parameter. So we can say const and then extract the ID parameter. That's what we called it, remember, inside the app component. So if this was called like ABC, this parameter, then we'd say ABC right here, but we called it ID. So let's change it back. And we set that equal to use params like so. So now we're extracting the ID, and I'll tell you what we'll do for now is we'll just output the ID right here just to see if this is working. Okay, so let's save it and preview. Alright, so we can see the icons. They're not styled how I'd like them to be styled just yet, but if we click on one of these, then we should see the ID for that particular smoothie. Click on this one. Yep. Alright, so all this is working, right? So we have the ID now available to us on this page. Now, since we have the ID in this component, we can use the ID to try and fetch that particular record from the table. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to add some styles to this later as well, okay? But first of all, let's try making that fetch. All right then, so first things first, I'm going to import useEffect and useState because we're going to use both of these things in a minute. Now, First of all, down here, let's do the use effect hook. So when this component first loads, we're going to fire a function, and inside this function, we're going to try and fetch a smoothie. So we'll say const fetch smoothie is equal to an async function, much like we did before in the home page. And then this function is going to use Supabase to try and fetch the data. So we need to import Supabase as well. Let's do that at the top. All right, then down here, we can say const, and we grab the data, but also the error if there is one. And we set that equal to Supabase. And then let's go down to the next line to use some different methods. And we say from which table we want to select some data from. Well, it's the smoothies table. And then after that, we can .select. Now remember, this grabs us all of the smoothies, but we only want to grab one particular smoothie, where the ID of that smoothie is equal to this ID in the parameter. So the way we do that is by using the .eq method. Now this allows us to pass in a couple of arguments to say, look, we only want to select the smoothies where this particular property or this particular column, which is going to be ID, is equal to the second argument, ID, this thing right here. So that's what this stands for, equals. So now we're selecting smoothies where the ID column value is equal to the ID that we have right here. And obviously that's just one smoothie, right? Now it's still going to return it in an array, but if we want it to return just a single item, a single object, if you like, we can use the .single method on it to say, look, this is going to be single, just return it on its own. Okay, so that's all we need to do to get that single smoothie from the table. Okay, so we could have two scenarios right here. We could have data, in which case it's a success, or an error. So I'm going to handle the error case first of all. So if that smoothie doesn't exist, for example. So if we have an error, what are we going to do? Well, all I want to do is navigate the user to a different page. Now, in order to do that, we need to use the use navigate hook. So let's grab that from React Router DOM, use navigate. And down here as well, we need to say const navigate is equal to use navigate and invoke that. And then over here, we can navigate like so. And we're going to say / like that. So basically, if they go to an update page for a particular smoothie that doesn't exist, we're just going to redirect them back to the home page. And also, we'll say replace here is going to be true. By doing that, we're going to replace this route in the history with the home page, okay? So after that, we want to say if we have data, then we'll do something else. And what we want to do is basically grab all of the data from the record that we get back. So the title, the method, and the rating. And to do that, we're going to store it in some state. So what I'll do is paste in some state values here, the title, the method, and the rating. And for each one, it's just going to be an empty string to begin with, right? Now, if we have that data, we want to update each one of those things. And we can do that like so. We can say set title to update the title, and it's going to be the data.title. So the title property from the object that we get back. Same for the method, same for the rating. So I hope that all makes sense. All right, then down here also, we need to add in the dependency array. And in here, we've got two things. We've got the ID, that's a dependency because we're using that right here. And also navigate because we're using this navigate thing as well. We have to declare those dependencies. We also need to invoke this function. So let's do that. We'll say fetch smoothie like so and invoke it. Okay, so hopefully if there's no errors and we get the data, then we can do something with that data. But before we do, let's just log it to the console. So console.log, and we'll just log the data itself. So let's save this and preview. And actually, just before we do, I've noticed here that we don't have the await keyword in front of Supabase. So if we didn't have that, then this is not going to work because obviously we're not going to wait until this is done before we try to do any of this. So now let's save and preview. All right then, so let's try editing this one. And we can see, yeah, we get this back. So that's the Berry Blaster. Let's go back and choose a different one, Mario's Mad Brew. And we can see we get this one as well. But if we try to go to one that doesn't exist, so for example, 9, then we just get redirected to the home page, okay? So this is all working. Now what we'd like to do is on this page right here, once we have this response, we want a form here and we want to pre-populate the fields of that form with these different properties. So to do this, I'm actually just going to copy the create form because it's going to be very, very, very similar. So let me grab this and go right to the end of the form and then go to update. And what I'd like to do is delete this and paste it in. So what I'm going to do is actually get rid of this on submit for now because I don't want to handle the submit just yet. But this input can stay the same because the value is equal to title, and that's the name of the state. Now to begin with, it's empty until we fetch the data, then we update it. So as soon as we update it, and we get an updated value here, then it's going to be reflected inside this input field because the value is equal to the title. Okay, so then we're going to see that field inside the input. And the same is true for the text area and also the rating. So those fields are all the same. And then down here, we'll just say update the smoothie recipe instead. And also for now, we don't really need this form error. We'll be using it later, but we don't need it for now. So let's just comment that out. And I think that is pretty much it. What I do want to do as well, though, is just add in a couple of styles. And those styles are going to be for the icon, which is on the smoothie card. So we have this div with the class of buttons and also this icon as well. So I want to style those two things. So I'm just going to copy these from my repo, paste them down here. So we can see smoothie card buttons, text align right. And then this I tag itself, we give it a color of gray, a margin left, a font size, a bit of padding, a background of very light gray, border radius of 50%, so it's like a circle, and then a cursor of pointer. So that's all we need to do. Save that. Now let's preview. All right then, so let's try this. I'm going to go to the Berry Blaster, and by the way, that's looking nicer. Click on this, and we can see now it pre-populates these fields with that record. Awesome. Let's see if this works. Banana Booster. Yep. Everything seems to be working fine. Awesome. Cool. So next up, we're going to actually perform the update by submitting this form.